People like these are cowards, and their trademark is building up armies and staging military spectacles. The root of all this is their fear, and the source of their fear is their cruelty. They massacre people and then claim, "I didn't kill anyone." They destroy a country and then justify it by saying, "We did it for the nation." To them, the nation simply means power. They act as if the country's very existence is tied to their throne, as though the country did not exist before they came to power. While shedding blood, they present themselves as defenders of the nation. Their work, mission, and goal are nothing more than preserving power and enjoying the benefits that come with it. Law, country, people, and truth mean nothing to them. This is the nature of every dictator from Latin America to the Caribbean, from Africa to Asia. Hatred of intellectuals, hostility toward knowledge, deceitfulness, and ignorance are their defining traits. Their inferiority complex pushes them not only to attack critics, but also to kill those who are more capable than they are. In the end, however, consequences always catch up with them. The bullets they fire at others and the traps they set eventually return upon themselves, their families, and their followers. Francisco Macias once said something similar. Lacking proper education, he became obsessed with hunting down and killing educated people. There is evidence that many dictators take pleasure in killing, ordering killings, and even standing before corpses. They often justify their crimes by claiming they acted for the good of the country. Francisco enjoyed saying such things as well. However, unlike some other dictators, Francisco at least suspected he might be mentally ill. He even traveled abroad to consult doctors, saying, "I constantly hear voices telling me to kill. Am I sick or am I sane?" The dictator featured in this weekly remembrance of tyrants is the former president of Equatorial Guinea, Francisco Macias Nguema, after ruling for 11 years. When asked what he had accomplished for his country, he reportedly answered, "I killed, I hunted people down, what more did you want?" He is said to have killed around 300,000 people, causing nearly 47% of Equatorial Guinea's population to flee the country. Francisco, who never studied beyond 7th grade, hated educated people and literacy. He closed universities and schools recently, when Ethiopia's prime minister mocked universities by calling them condominiums and suggested they should be shut down. Some people connected that rhetoric to the same mentality shown by Macias. Many dictators fear educated people because they think intellectuals will threaten their power. They prefer to rule over an uninformed population. Macias closed institutions and slaughtered intellectuals. After eliminating much of the educated class, he even turned against his own family, leading to a coup organized by one of his relatives. He publicly executed ministers in stadiums filled with spectators. He killed the governor of the National Bank and moved the country's money into his own house. His wife, who fled in fear, later said she felt relieved once he was removed from power. Like many dictators, Francisco frequently changed religions and eventually declared that people should worship him instead. In the end, after all the destruction he caused, he was sentenced to death 101 times. The story became even stranger afterward. Because he claimed that anyone who killed him would be cursed, no soldier dared carry out the execution. Eventually, foreign soldiers were brought in. On September 29, 1979, the man who had massacred hundreds of thousands was finally executed with heavy weapons fire. The man who overthrew him, his nephew, Teodoro Obiang, remains in power decades later. Dictators rarely imagine that such an end could await them. The longer they sit on their thrones, the more eternal they believe their rule to be. They forget that power is temporary and that a day of reckoning eventually comes for everyone.